Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are. We have reached the middle of the week. That is fantastic. I can't wait for the weekend. My week has been so hectic this far. Yesterday my kids actually had to, my two babies had to actually literally go to school to do some exams, and also had to go and enroll my daughter into college. So yesterday was a busy day. I think it reached about 6:40. I remember the last time I checked the time. It was 6:40 and I was knocked out. I got up 20 to 2 this morning, and you guys, I felt so good. I've never had this much sleep in, I can't even tell you how long. I feel like I can literally take on the world. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well wherever you guys are in the world. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. So Katie Joy actually did an Instagram live, I want to say on Monday, and I'll actually link that video down below. All props and thank you once again to Mrs. Care for catching all these lives. But I also think that she has it still on her Instagram. So if you don't have Instagram, I'll link the video down below. And this truly breaks my heart. It makes me so sad for Jill, because Jill has left the family, or she was shunned from the family, but whatever it is, Jill has, she's doing something for herself now. She's trying to, do what she needs to do, raising her boys, doing what, they need to do, what works for them. My usual disclaimer, please don't take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. So like I was saying, Katie Joy did this Instagram where, and I'm gonna link some pictures here, where Jill was teaching her kids, yes ma'am, yes sir, no ma'am, no sir. Which, if you have a mind of example like Katie Joy, in my opinion, when you're going after people and you have this negativity towards them, so everything you see about them, you're gonna take in a negative way. So Jill was actually playing this game, which she played as a child herself. And like I say, you know no better, you do no better. Katie Joy seems to have had a problem with that video, and as per usual, she gives the whole story. Oh, she's been getting so many questions about this video, which I want to say off the back, I call BS on that. Because quite clearly, I don't think anybody has even asked her or questioned about this whole video. Because like I say, Katie is nothing but negative towards this family. And if she does have something positive, she always covers it with a negative. So it's neither here nor there. So anyway, you guys, with Katie, this is the way I feel. And I hope other channels will call her out for this, In my opinion, the Duggar kids should be off limits, period, except Josh. If you're going to go after the parents, by all means go after the parents. But the kids should be left off the table, in my opinion. Because all Katie does is basically stalk their Instagram, take a picture, and make her own story about what is going on. That's just the way I see it. That's just my opinion. And let's be honest, you guys, when raising kids, what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. So there is no set in stone way to raise a kid. And correct me if I'm wrong. And then she makes reference to the fact that, when raising a kid and teaching your kid obedience and manners, Google it. Realistically, when you become a parent and you're raising your child and you're having a certain kind of problem, please tell me who goes to Google. Because me personally, if I did have an issue when I was raising my kids, when they were infants, what was the first thing I did? I either called my mother or I called a friend, Because like I said, what works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. So realistically, it's like, in my opinion, KJ is the only one that seems to raise a kid via Google. If that's the way I see it, that's in my opinion. And also, when your kids get to the terrible twos, and they're always going to try you. They are truly going to try you. they don't automatically obey you or listen to you. It's all part of the process, in my opinion. You know, again, the way I teach my kids mannerisms or how to be obedient or to listen to me, it doesn't always go according to plan. You know, it's all through trial and error, in my opinion. And she goes and she mentions that if you in public school, they will teach you how to teach a child how to say no. It's first of all, Katie, why would I wait for the school to let me know how to teach my child what is right for them? Remember, you were also glorifying when you found out that Jill Dillard is teaching her boys their body, their choice. You were singing her praises, you were singing her all the glory under the sun. So can you keep it one way? Like I said, all Jill, and what I took away from these pictures, Jill is just trying to teach her kids, first of all, the way I looked at it, manners, okay? When she calls her kids, you answer by yes, ma'am. Okay. Do your task, do what you need to do, and that's it. So maybe I just have a soft spot for Jill, which, okay, I do have a soft spot because, you know, from what Katie does to her, how Katie criticizes her, and Katie goes off on her every chance she gets. But the thing, you guys, that I could not handle, and it took me a whole flippin' day to settle myself down, and was when she made this comment.
Like Jim Bob Duggar, who has trained his children to not say no to him, and look at where he's at with his kids. Look at what happened to his kids. Look at what happened with his daughters. They're taught not to say no. They're taught to obey, and their big brother's telling them to do things.
In my opinion, you guys, every chance Katie gets when she talks about these Duggar girls, she'll always bring up their trauma. But this is the issue I have, okay? She blames the parents for what Josh did to his sisters, which I totally disagree. And I said I'm not going to get emotional, but it's just emotional, and I'm going to try not to get emotional. When I was, and I've mentioned this prior, when I was 7, 8 years old, I was essayed by our neighbor. And I suppressed it for over 3 decades. And when it did finally hit me again and I had to go to therapy for it, it all stemmed down to that is the only way I could go through my childhood, because I did not tell my parents because I felt like I was going to get in trouble with them because they told me not to, you know, go there. And so, by no means do I blame them for what happened to me. And that's why now that I am going to therapy, I hardly call my parents anymore, because I don't want them to feel guilty or to feel bad for what happened to me. I don't want them to feel that they weren't there for me. At that time, I made a bad choice as a kid not to tell them. And that's okay. So for Katie to keep bringing this trauma up on them is so wrong, you guys. I wish that we could all stand together and try stop Katie from doing this to these young ladies. I know how hard it is. I'm sorry, guys, I just had to take a minute for myself. But I know how hard it is for me, you know, reliving this on a daily basis. And when it comes to Jill and the other girls that went through this, does she know how hard it is to function on a daily basis? There's not a day that goes by that I don't have a bad day. But I choose to assign my time for myself before I have to regain my composure and get myself in gear so my kids don't feel what I am going through or how this is affecting me, you know? So Katie doesn't look at the whole picture, which at the end of the day, she has no idea what Jill is going through. So for her to come and sit on a platform and bash this woman, in my opinion, this is the way I see it. Bash this woman for raising her kids the way she feels is best for her. She is a stay-at-home mother that doesn't have the privilege that Katie has to just hand a kid off and go to a room, stalk people's Twitter or whatever social media platform, go switch on the camera and make stories about them so she can make a coin and put in a bank account, in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, it's not easy. It is absolutely not easy. And Katie Joy needs to stop, because these women have feelings. They didn't do anything to her. Go after the parents. Go after the sick, fucked up brother, by all means. But leave these young women alone, because it's just not fair. And I will not stop talking and coming after Katie for Katie coming after these young girls. They deserve respect, in my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of parents can attest to this. We know as parents when is the right time to teach our kids to have critical thinking. We know our kids, and you're damn right, Katie. Our kids are people and not dogs. And in my opinion, you had me fooled. Because honestly speaking, the only time you speak on your kid is when it's beneficial for you, in my opinion. And you have more time for those fucking dogs, in my opinion, than your own kid. So let's be fair right now. It's so wrong what you do to these Duggar girls. You have no idea what they go through on a daily basis. But all you see them for is a paycheck. And you need to leave them the hell alone. They got healing to do, Katie. And the last thing they need is for you to put your 2 cents in. And if you say you have compassion for her, bull fucking shit. If you truly had compassion for her, you claim to be such good friends with her cousin. So why can't you go via her cousin and not come and put them on blast for millions or thousands of people to see by you bashing them? Why can't you go via her cousin and say, you know what, maybe this is not right what you're doing, but you choose to go on your platform and you choose to bash them. And if you want to say otherwise, I call bullshit on that. This needs to stop, period. Also, you want to come on and claim that she's supposed to be doing this and she's supposed to be doing that. This is the way these girls have lived for most of their life. Do you think they can change overnight? Absolutely not. It's going to take them time. Absolute time. So give fucking Jill a break, okay? The last thing she needs is to hear parenting tips from you, especially, in my opinion. What she's doing is working for her. She is a stay-at-home mom that's raising 2 boys, that's been a supportive wife for a husband that's going to law school. So maybe you should do some reflecting. You have no business calling them out. You have no business even agreeing with people that they need gentle reminders. They need fuck all from you, Katie. Truly, they don't need a damn thing from you. Based on psychology research, that it's good for kids to question things. Really, Katie? But like I say, people won't agree to my parenting. If any one of my kids come and even question me when I have said no, and they know the reason why I've said no, we're going to have a problem. So if you choose to raise your kid via Google or via the internet, that's on you. The way Jill decides to raise her kids has fuck all to do with you, so stay in your lane, because this is absolutely unacceptable. You have no idea what Jill is going through. So at the end of the day, don't come and say you have compassion. You have no compassion for Jill at all. All Jill is to you is a paycheck. Let's be honest, in my opinion. So you guys, I think that's about it. I'm like so worked up, and I was even worse yesterday because all I'm asking, can we get Katie to stop with these Duggar girls? What has happened to them is not their fault. 100% in my opinion, it is not their fault. Josh Duggar is fucked up. Period. So, all I'm asking is for us to please call this out more so she can leave these girls alone. They have enough to face. I'm just hoping. So you guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. And please be kind to one another. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And please don't forget to wear your mask. Bye guys.